throughout this Democratic primary, Tom Steyer has sort of been like the nice guy. Like when he's walking up after a debate to try to shake Bernie's hand and Bernie doesn't want anything to do with him, or like no one on stage is more likely to say that they agree with someone else than Tom Steyer. He's been so positive. We've got a new ad where he takes a turn towards the negative. Take a look.
4 years ago, Donald Trump beat the Democratic establishment. And then he outlasted Democratic insiders in Washington on impeachment, despite his obvious crimes and corruption.
The president is guilty.
Now, if we don't do something different this time around, he'll win again. That's the hard truth. We simply can't afford to nominate another insider or an untested newcomer who doesn't have the experience to beat Trump on the economy. We need to think different. Tom Steyer is a progressive businessman who left his company and is using his time and money to beat big corporations and address climate change. He can expose Donald Trump as a fraud and failure on the economy.
He's running on the economy. He's running on the idea that Democrats can't grow an economy, are a bunch of socialists you can't afford to vote for. My job is to take on Mr. Trump and kick his ass on the economy. I'm Tom Steyer, and I approve this message.
Okay, so there was, you had Biden, Buttigieg, a reference to socialists. I can't say for sure that he's never run an ad directly attacking any of his rivals. This is the first that I've seen though, and he's putting $8 million of airtime for that ad. Over $5 million in California alone for that particular ad. Big spends in some of the other upcoming states too. More than $1 million in New Hampshire over just the next couple of days. What do you think about this?
I think that the problem Tom Steyer was facing, well, he has a lot of problems. He's facing a lot of challenges to overcome, but one of them he's facing is that someone asked me, like, someone said, I like Tom Steyer, and my response was like, I like Tom Steyer too. I also like Labradors. Like he's Mr. Peanut Butter. He's like, hi.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's something kind of irksome about him.
He's 10% cartoon character.
But he also seems like kind of a positive, upbeat dude. That moment when it was between Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, you're just like, oh, I really like this. I like him as a person.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I've been in that position.
But he is a billionaire who worked through, he earned a lot of money over the course of his life. And I don't think that really has been communicated through. And now he sees Bloomberg in his rearview mirror, and he did see Bloomberg in his rearview mirror, and he watched Bloomberg fly right by him. And Steyer's like, wait a minute, I'm a successful businessman too. Have I been communicating that effectively?
Yeah.
Previously,
it really hasn't.
It was him in like Patagonia fleeces being like, hey, this is my family and we did a good job taking money back from billionaires after I made all that money.
Yeah.
But he's seeing really effective advertisement from Bloomberg, and I think he's trying to get back into it.
Yeah, although the advertisement from Bloomberg is about ice cream and dogs, and now there's gingerbread.
No, it's not, John.
I know what you're saying. There's actual ads on Facebook. Jesus
I am not a Bloomberg supporter, but what John doesn't understand, because he doesn't like me watch Jeopardy all the time.
Bloomberg has everything you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say it.
He's been running effective advertising during football games and Jeopardy.
Look,
and cable news.
You say I don't acknowledge that. I do acknowledge that. I keep coming on the show and saying people who are writing off Bloomberg as not having a chance of winning just because it's Bloomberg. No, he's spending $1 billion and it's going to all the right places. He's putting ads in front of Jeopardy, but also Pokemon on YouTube, and he's all over Facebook, and he spent $1 billion in California.
And to bring it back to here, someone who definitely notices that is Tom Steyer.
Agreed. Yeah, Tom Steyer, like, he seems like a nice guy, but I don't see any path whatsoever.
Me neither.
Put your money into something more productive. You seem so nice. Come on our show. I'll give you some ideas.
For the next 15 minutes.
Give it to the Sunrise Movement. Just give every dollar that you would have spent on this to the Sunrise Movement. I guarantee it'll be better spent.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating. But yeah, to see them spend all this money on themselves. There's a message in that says I will help people, but there are other ways for billionaires to help people, and they are less selfish than trying to get elected president.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think about it?
I mean, I think I don't know how much of the appeal that he does have, which again is in a couple of states he's at like 7%. Like I don't want in Nevada and South Carolina he's actually polling okay. I don't know how much of that is riding on the perception that he's a nice guy. So turning negative, I can't say for sure yet how damaging that could potentially be. Like if Bernie suddenly was vicious, that would seem weird because he doesn't generally do that.
But that wasn't a negative ad to me.
Okay.
It wasn't.
It won't be read as vicious.
Pete Buttigieg molests collies. I don't know. That's from.
You're into dogs today. You
I
really
guess
are.
so. I guess that's why. That's a Caddyshack reference. Don't think I'm a weirdo who just pulls that out of nowhere.
Yeah, but it did occur to you. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.